Bonsoir. Alors on se retrouve pour un live sur Genshin Impact. Voilà, voilà. Donc qu'est-ce qu'on va faire aujourd'hui? On va tout simplement faire la quête de Neuvillette, voilà. On essaye de rattraper le retard un peu, hein. On fait la quête de Neuvillette et puis on fera la quête de Rio Associé un jour aussi, voilà. Voilà, donc on débloque la quête de Neuvillette. Salut Océane, comment tu vas? Voilà, donc on va faire la quête de Neuvillette, bah, ça va bien, merci. On va faire la quête de Neuvillette et puis si on a le temps, on fera peut-être la quête de Rio Sosali, mais c'est pas sûr du tout ça si on a le temps. Parce que demain je me lève tôt, donc faut pas que je finisse trop tard le live. Voilà, voilà. Donc Neuvillette c'est sûr, on finit la quête aujourd'hui. Rio Sosali, on va peut-être la commencer un autre jour, mais si on a le temps, on la fera ce soir. Comme je vais me lever assez tôt, je vais pas non plus être en live jusqu'à minuit, 1h du matin, comme on a fait avec la quête histoire, une fois. Avec la quête d'Archon. Donc voilà, c'est parti, allons voir Neuvillette.
Wait, did I hear that right? Monsieur Neuvillette, are you sure you'd like to take...
That's right.
No, but why? Technically speaking, cases like this are... Neuvillette! Sadine! Hey there! What are you two talking about? Traveler in Paimon, please help me talk our Chief Justice out of the... This is completely unprecedented. How can we have the Udex acting like a private detective?
Thank you for your concern, but I currently have no such plans. Oh, apologies, I took your question.
So, what is it exactly? It sure sounds serious if it's something you've got to investigate.
A Melusine named Kiara received a threat letter.
And then?
That is all the information I have acquired.
Huh? I have no idea why you're so hung up. I've checked the schedule in advance, and it seems like there aren't any trials today. So, if you...
Thank you for understanding. I will leave a note explaining my absence on my desk. I would appreciate it if you could take it to Lady Farina. She may have no interest in official affairs, but standard procedure dictates that I'm...
Yes, understood. I'll come back later and deliver...
Il faut rire les Mélusines à chaque fois comment elle se balade.
It must be pretty rare for you to investigate stuff personally. What?
I cannot tell you just yet, but it reminded me of certain past... There could be complicated conflicts of interest behind all this, so I must eliminate all risks in advance.
Come on! Stop being so secretive! We still have no idea...
It is not my intention to keep you in the dark, but I need some time to revisit those memories. Long story short, a little more than 400 years ago, I became the Udex of Fontaine and initiated a series of institutions. There were few people I could trust, but I had two subordinates who were exceptionally trustworthy and capable. Carol, a Melusine, and Vautrin, leader of the
They must have been amazing people to receive such high praise from you.
Indeed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to. The reforms damaged the interests of some, and the more conservative faction took advantage of Carol's identity to instigate political unrest. Ultimately, the incident resulted in Carol taking her own life, and Vautrin being exiled. From then on, I've been especially careful when dealing with cases related to All Melusines used to live a secluded life away from... I granted their wishes when some of them, including Carol, asked me to bring them to the court. Many common folk believe that I share a special bond with the Melusines, and whatever they do can be traced. Some of them, especially those who hold a grudge against me, exploit that belief and stir up conflict over Melus. I have nothing against the opinions of others, but the moment a whirlpool of conspiracy forms, it has already happened once, and I want to make sure it does not happen again.
Even so, why do you have to be the one to investigate? There's the guards, the Maréchaussée Phantom, and the special security and...
Based on prior experience, there is a high chance that those who hold hostility towards the political system of Fontaine is relatively complex and involved. However, since I am technically an outsider in Fontaine, a lot of trouble could be avoided.
Outsider? But aren't you the Chief Justice of Fontaine? Why would you be an outsider?
I understand where you are coming from, but there is not necessarily a connection between my responsibilities and how I perceive myself. You know very well about my true identity, and have even met others of my kind in other nations. Even though I was born with a human form, there is a fundamental difference between taking on the role of Chief Justice does not make me a part of this community. In fact, the status I was granted has I have lived in Fontaine for a long time, but I do not belong here. That is why I call myself an outsider, a fish out of water.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with all those organizations anyway. So how about we come with you on your Let's team up and round up all the bad guys lurking in the dark.
That does not sound like a bad idea. I rarely investigate cases on my own.
Oh, Paimon's starting to get a...
I will write my note of absence right away. Let us
D'accord.
Let us go. We should visit Kiara first and try to gain...
Ok, donc ouais. Neuvillette il souffre quand même de pas être un humain. Ça se voit un peu.
Paimon feels like he has a kind of skewed perspective on...
Cicatrice du passé.
Paimon's been thinking.
Alors.
Yourself a fish out of water, right? But since you're the Hydro Dragon, would a dragon out of water suit you better?
Thank you for your suggestion. I will consider using the more... Please allow me to rephrase. Has a dragon out of water?
I never thought I'd see him here.
The weather's amazing today.
Kiara.
Monsieur Neuvillette! And you are? Oh, I remember. You're the Traveler and Paimon. Aw, she's adorable! Thanks for the compliment. Is there anything I can...
I heard from Sidine that you received a threatening letter.
A threatening letter? Oh, right! The letter fell through the crack in my door as I was heading out this morning. It said something about catching me, so I thought someone wanted to play hide and seek. But Sidine told me it was a threatening letter, and that I could be in danger. But that's not gonna happen with everyone.
Have you run into any suspicious-looking people recently?
Suspicious-looking people? What counts as suspicious? Ah! Did you think of something? Nope. I don't remember meeting anyone.
Do you still have the letter with you? I want you to show me what it says.
Oh, let's see. Found it.
Now then, get lost. If you don't leave the Maréchaussée Phantom, I will come and catch you in person. A simple threat. Neither the handwriting nor the content itself reveals anything about the writer's intentions. We can't rule out that possibility.
Quelqu'un qui nous prend en
Since you
photo,
can't
hein,
think of
sinon.
anyone suspicious, I will be heading back to the Palais Marmonia to review some official documents.
C'est sûrement Charlotte qui doit nous prendre en photo.
You should come with us.
Parce qu'elle c'est un
It's
scoop.
safer if you stay close by.
Sure. Wait, no. I still have a case to work on. I promise.
But you are being watched right now. Going off on your own.
And that's where we come in to help. We'll stay with Kiara and make sure she's safe. With us around, anyone scheming to hurt Kiara can forget about it. Thank you, Traveler. Big Sis Paimon.
Grande sœur Paimon.
Don't worry.
All right. Let us go our separate ways for now.
We'll take her to a lost place right away. See you around. So, Kiara, how old are you? Let me think. 1, 2, 10? I can't remember. But I remember coming to the Court of Fontaine with Carol and Neuvillette. That must have been a long time ago. Carol? Didn't Neuvillette mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago. memory isn't that good. But Carol told me I could address others based on how I feel about them. Paimon feels a lot more grown up than me, so you're a big sis.
Huh. Paimon sees. Hey, Traveler, did you hear that? Strange. Paimon felt like someone was Olaf!
Kiara, you're here. Huh? Wait, aren't these two?
Oh, they're the Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
I thought so. What brings you here? Did you run into any trouble?
It's not really trouble anymore with us around.
May I begin inspecting the store as planned?
Of course. Go ahead.
No hazards detected. You've cleared the inspection. Seems like the criminal from that case last month.
That was quick. What were you inspecting?
I took a look around the shop. Neuvillette says that us Melazines have special eyes that can see things like bloodstains. No matter how hard you try to clean them up, we Melazines can see the residual stains for some—
All right. Now that you're done inspecting, hear me out. I'm planning to release an outfit for children next month and wanted to hire—
Of course! Is there anything I need to do?
Please wait a moment while I take your measurements. The sample should be—
Seems like they get along really well. Huh? What are you looking at? Is there really someone watching us? Shh!
Charlotte, bien sûr, c'est elle qui nous observe.
Why isn't... Gotcha! Ah! Charlotte, what are you doing here? Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one who sent Kiara that threatening letter.
Threat letter? What threat letter? This is starting to feel like an interrogation. Okay, I'll be straight with you. I don't know the slightest thing about that threat letter you mentioned. I only wanted to follow Monsieur
You want to interview him?
That's right. I'm not the only one, you know. Interviewing him is but it's not an easy task to accomplish. The Palais Mermonia rarely accepts appointment requests from us, and we never have the chance to interrupt. So imagine how surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today. It seemed like you were investigating something too. The perfect opportunity to whip up an exclusive. Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles, and I'd never publish an article without the consent of all parties involved.
Yeah, we're doing a secret investigation that can't be made public.
I see. Well, if you say so, I guess I'll put this matter aside for now. In exchange, could you tell me what the threat letter is about? I swear I won't.
All right, then.
What? Someone's targeting a cute little Melazine?
Shh, not so loud.
It just so happens that I did an interview with Kiara. Last month, in fact. It was well received by our readers, so I was planning. I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? We might find something. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. This secret's safe with me. But I gotta warn you, even if I keep my lips sealed—
Why?
People care a great deal about Monsieur Neuvillette's each and every move. Some may have already realized that something was up. Anyway, I'll get going now.
D'accord,
That
Charlotte.
was a nice chat.
Je sens très mal, hein. Je pense que Fontaine va finir par être au courant.
What do you think? The design looks pretty good, huh?
I think it's great!
Huh. It's very pretty indeed.
Haran, what are you doing here? It seems that you just showed up out of nowhere.
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Neuvillette was technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relationship. It didn't feel right to I happened to have some time at the moment, and came to take a look. I sometimes have my clothes custom-made at this boutique, in any case, so we always have a lot.
Ah, Neuvillette.
Leave this to me. You should go meet up with Neuvillette.
Okay then, we'll leave Kiara in your hands.
Retournons voir Neuvillette. Il est retourné au palais.
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
We ran into Cloran. She offered to help us protect Kiara.
That is good to hear. I trust her abilities. It looks like Kiara is in good hands.
We thought so too. Well, did you find any leads?
I've been looking over the case records, specifically inspection reports submitted by Kiara and major cases. I've come up with two plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara and track down the group. On the other, I could also analyze the conflicting interests of these major cases and confirm...
They both sound like pretty solid plans, but can you...
Don't worry. I'm a fast reader when it comes to official documents. After all, I have several hundred years of review.
We'll help you read through them. We have nothing else to do.
Thank you. I will continue looking through the ones piled up on the desk, but feel free to browse through it.
D'accord. Ok. Pour avec des gendarmes, pour mettre Rio, ça serait. Pour mettre la maréchaussée. Je comprends pas tout, hein, où est-ce qu'ils veulent en venir. Ne me dis pas que ça aura encore un rapport avec la spine d'Irosula. Quand même.
Have you made any progress?
We skipped through some of them, but there wasn't any... Oh, there's so many documents lying around.
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is I've never if memory serves me right, there should be at least 100,000 cases.
Whoa, that's a lot.
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and official duties are, to me, simply routine. There are many documents here. Take a break if you're...
You read Paimon.
All right. Let us take a break then.
Even though resting is a part of taking a break, shouldn't we have... All the silence is making...
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely come to the Palais Mermonia for matters outside of work. Would you like to have some drinks, perhaps?
Ooh, drinks! Thank you! Paimon wonders what Neuvillette likes to drink. He seems like the type of person who'd own an entire winery. You know, like... What's inside these glasses? It looks just like water.
An astute observation. It is indeed water.
D'accord, c'est de l'eau.
Plain old...
What did you think it was?
Since you're the Chief Justice and all, Paimon...
This water is indeed very special. It would not be an overstatement to call it... I believe you've already tried Fonta. In fact, there are many other drink factories in Fontaine. including those that specialize in packet. Said water is sourced from all across Teyvat, including Mondstadt's Cider Lake. Here is one of their latest products, water from Sumeru's Apam Woods. If I were to comment on their mouthfeel, the waters of Cider Lake warm the heart. The waters of Chink. Distinct differences exist between the waters of each area. You will appreciate their intricacies once.
Mhm. On est vraiment en train de faire une dégustation d'eau.
What do you think?
Nope.
How regrettable. It seems like you still have a long way to go.
Hey, this doesn't have to do with refining our taste. Paimon's pretty sure most ordinary people can't tell the difference. Oh, could it be because you're the Hydro Dragon? We are allowed to bring that up, right? Since Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. If you're the Hydro Dragon, why would... Sorry. Paimon was just curious.
There's nothing to hide. I was simply I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to questions.
Questions? Are there really things you can't...
Many, in fact. But the one question that puzzles me, in essence, I neither know why I was born in this form, nor I lost many memories from the moment I was born. The primordial sea, for example. I can only vaguely recall its connection to me, but I am unaware of what that connection is. Perhaps the elemental dragons of other nations may have some form of an answer. However, they are scattered across all of Teyvat. Abruptly visiting could very well pose an unpredictable risk.
True. Some of them have very unique personalities.
I have been holding on to these unanswered questions for a long time. But there is one thing I've discovered along the way. My emotions easily resonate with those of others. My guess would be that there are at least some similarities between humans and myself. By observing their behavior, perhaps I could...
Have you made any progress?
Perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As an outsider, chances to engage in meaningful interaction. That's why I'm quite thankful for this chat. Such opportunities are rare.
Are we gonna continue reading these documents?
I wasn't able to find any leads even after browsing through most of the documents. But while we were on the topic of water...
Water? Do you mean...
That's right. The Fountain of Lucine is where all of Fontaine's waters converge. It is the vessel of countless memories and if there really were an organization attempting to use Melusines against me, they should also... Perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing the hydro element with...
Why didn't I...
Perhaps we should go. There shouldn't be too many people near the fountain.
D'accord. Rendons-nous à la fontaine.
Monsieur Neuvillette?
I probably shouldn't disturb them.
Looks like we got lucky today. There's hardly anyone around.
What should we do next? Traveler, can you still hear the voices from the fountain?
Perhaps leave the investigation to me. I need you to...
A safe distance? Neuvillette, what if...
Qu'est-ce qu'il va faire? Ah,
Oh, it's glowing!
qu'est-ce qui se passe? Qu'est-ce qu'il a fait? On se retrouve tout seul. D'accord.
Thank you for bringing us here, Monsieur Neuvillette. The court of Fontaine is truly incredible.
I understand your excitement, but there's no... Although I have responded to your wishes, it was not without personal interest. Melusine's special sight make them especially suited for joining the Maréchal.
I know, but I'm really glad to be of help. Not only can I repay you for your kindness, but also,
But a meaningful life also comes with its risks.
it's definitely the safest to just stay in the village. But I want to see. In truth, I've never really understood the purpose of my existence. For almost 20 years, we've stayed in our village without finding any answers. That's why we want to.
I understand your confusion. In fact, I feel this. I too came here for an answer to my questions about my.
Really? Could you tell us what we should do to fit in as you did? The truth is, many people threw rocks at us today and told us to go back to our village. It hurt a lot when they hit me in the head. And I tried really hard not to cry.
Du racisme.
Logically speaking, both time and effort are essential when different species attempt to peacefully coexist. It will be a difficult road ahead, with countless obstacles. Different identities and ways of thinking all contribute to strengthening the barrier between one another. Removing it will be... There aren't many suggestions I can share, because just like you, I haven't fully integrated into this society.
Oh, I see. I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our...
I believe in you, but you shouldn't lose sight of the difficulties ahead. If you run into any trouble...
Huh? Is he the person I met in the past?
Yes? Do you have any concerns?
That stone-faced human. He didn't even bother to look at me when I tried talking to him. It felt like he wasn't...
He is an earnest man. There will be plenty of opportunities to work together in the future.
D'accord. Apparemment, il y aurait eu racisme à Fontaine contre les Mélusines.
Hello. Can I help with anything?
Thanks, but no need.
Oh. Hello. I'm Carol. A Melusine.
Get away from here! I'm calling the guards.
Please, calm down. I don't mean to cause any harm.
Hard to say.
Yeah, we should probably stay away from these monsters. Haven't you realized?
Why should we trust this species from who knows where anyway? I can't believe Neuvillette allowed them into the court of Fontaine just like—
Exactly! That so-called Chief Justice even granted them official positions. Not only that, but they're now responsible for investigating cases as well. I swear, there's some hidden—
Go away! Quit acting innocent!
I'm not leaving. I won't let you say bad stuff about him. We joined the Maréchal Phantom and solved lots and lots of cases. We've never done anything wrong.
Solving cases? With Neuvillette in cahoots with you? You could have fabricated it all. So tell me, how can you guarantee that you Melusines aren't involved in anything that occurred recently?
Didn't I tell you before? Don't go advertising if you're not a good talker.
Vautrin?
Aside from spreading unjustified rumors, if you continue insulting members of the Maréchal Phantom, the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol has... There have indeed been an increase in cases recently, perhaps due to the shifting currents of conspiracy, and I understand your concern.
Even the captain of the security patrol is on their side. Neuvillette's newly reformed police force is already corrupt to the...
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
You heard that?
Yeah. I don't understand.
There have been rumors saying that you were born from calamity, and that you inherently bring danger. There are countless negative rumors about you floating around in Fontaine.
C'est triste, hein, quand même.
It's near impossible for you to become a part of this society.
Monsieur Neuvillette said that we needed to put both time and effort in. I don't know how long it'll take. I still want to try a little harder. Okay, I won't be taking any more of your time. I painted a lot of flyers last night.
Give them to me.
You're not gonna...
We'll hand them out together. The faster we get this...
Ok. C'est triste quand même, hein. Mais ça va, il y a Vautrin avec elle. En fait, du coup, ils aiment pas les Mélusines, mais du coup, ils aiment pas Neuvillette non plus, en fait, les Fontenoy. Ah, c'est compliqué quand même. Hein.
Monsieur Neuvillette.
Medals of Peace, awarded to you and Vautrin. Thank you for your continued dedication in the past 5 years. You've taken one small step forward in helping.
I think I'll pass.
Hey, don't say that. We wouldn't have made it this far without you. It won't be long before Melazines begin living peacefully with the humans.
Don't keep your hopes up. We've barely scratched the surface. There's still a long way to go before the...
You blockhead! Don't ruin the mood!
Vautrin brings up a good point. The trust humans have placed in you is still very fragile. Please be on your guard for the...
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it.
Ok, donc apparemment ça s'améliore un peu la situation.
Medal of Peace? Peace isn't going to give us back what's rightfully ours.
Are you sure we should do this? We're no match for Neuvillette, even with all our powers combined.
Nah, not gonna happen. As long as he remains in his position, there's no chance he'd take us out personally. There are rules even he must comply with in the political sphere. Unless he wants to become an enemy of Font. So quit worrying and just go ahead with it. I've already planned out the murder. Once we lay the blame on the Melazines as the person who brought them to the court of Fontaine, Neuvillette...
I guess you're right. Ugh. If he just left things the way they were, it never would have come to
Ah, donc
this.
c'est eux qui ont envoyé la lettre de menace, je pense.
Forced our hand. Time to...
Turn the murderer in!
Hein?
Melazines can't be trusted! That goes for Neuvillette, too!
Peaceful coexistence? What a joke. Get out of the court of Fontaine and don't ever come back.
Non mais il est pauvre. Ah mais non mais ça devient du harcèlement là, c'est horrible. Hein.
The results of the investigation are in, Captain.
Go on.
There is no direct evidence, but reasonable inference indicates that the ones controlling the situation are supporters of the old regime. They tricked Miss Carroll into going to the crime scene and pressed charges against her. After that, they incited panic among the people in order to make Monsieur... The guards were stopped by the enraged mob and couldn't intervene in time. Miss Carroll...
And she called me a blockhead. A little investigation
Quoi?
would have cleared things up.
Elle s'est sacrifiée, comment ça? Elle est morte?
The truth. She didn't have to prove her innocence like that.
The situation had rapidly escalated to a physical altercation between infuriated citizens and the...
That is...
Captain Vautrin, should I present these results to Monsieur...
There's no need. Notify the guards to restrict public access.
Restrict access to... Wait, are you planning to...
Et ils vont le cacher à Neuvillette.
There's something I've never told Carol. I had a little sister named Delilah. She's just like Carol in every possible way. Innocent, kind, always believing the best of people. From the moment I met Carol, I knew that she'd be easily manipulated by others. I kept a cold demeanor and tried
Looks like she was unfazed by...
Yes. In fact, some of her spirit I should have known. Those cowards don't have the guts to confront Neuvillette. They even avoided... Can you understand how I feel? Right now, there's only one thought on my mind.
I understand, but I'm certain Monsieur Neuvillette...
That's exactly why we need to keep this a secret. Give me the list of suspects. I will take responsibility for everything.
Ah oui, d'accord. Ah, ça devient sombre d'un coup l'histoire là.
Did you know? They're hearing a major case today, and the criminal is Captain Vautrin of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Apparently, he resorted to personal measures to seek revenge for Carol, and settled the score with the group that framed his friend.
I'm thinking... we should try our best to bail him out when the trial commences.
Bail him out?
Shh, keep it down! Haven't you realized? Both Vautrin and Carol are Neuvillette's most trusted subordinates. Besides, now that the old regime has been uprooted, Neuvillette's status is secure as can be. As long as we redirect public opinion.
Vautrin sought vengeance for his friend for a valid cause. This represents the just... Please, think about it. If the same thing had happened to you... Yeah, that's right!
Oh là là,
This
au
whole
secours.
thing started because of those despicable cowards who levied false accusations against Carol. How could Vautrin be...
Monsieur Neuvillette.
Mr. Vautrin is innocent! He's innocent!
Order! I acknowledge your arguments. Vautrin, your revenge... I understand your decision. Which is why I cannot help but feel regret. Personal justice does not equate to justice as defined by the law. To execute your plan for revenge, you abused your authority and conducted... Therefore, you will be declared...
What?
That can't be! Monsieur Neuvillette, please give this a little more thought.
Vautrin, my friend.
Neuvillette, what have I done to deserve this? I've closely followed every one of your orders. Can't you see? Everyone in this room, is this what justice means to you? Answer me, Neuvillette!
Donc ça doit être Vautrin qui doit avoir menacé Mélusine, peut-être. Pour se venger de Neuvillette.
Since there have been no further objections, the oratrice will now deliver the... According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinal,
Goodbye, Monsieur Neuvillette.
This all happened because of Carol's naive ideas.
How can different species peacefully coexist anyway?
Mhm.
Hey, stop spacing out! What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
apologies. It seems like my memories got the better of me. I tried my best to suppress the power of Hydro within myself, but it seems like it still caused the due to my negligence. The overflow of emotions and memories must have affected you as well.
Wow. The Hydro Dragon is more... Anyways, the last time we came here, the Traveler only heard voices from the Fountain of Lucine.
It is as you said. This might be... It is not only the fountain. I can sense emotions from all waters in Fontaine.
That sounds awesome!
But I rarely ever do anything like this. Emotions carried by water are always chaotic and disconnected. As an outsider, having my mind occupied with irrelevant memories isn't exactly a... Which ones? It's fine. I prefer not to speak of those memories. It was a coincidence, but perhaps it is a good thing that you saw everything, and you should now understand why I believe there to be a conspiracy behind all this. These two cases are much too simple.
Alors c'est soit le mec qui a été jugé, j'ai plus son nom, je l'avais il y a 2 secondes, ou alors les gens dans le public là, qui voulaient à tout prix qu'il soit innocenté.
Then let us get back to the point. While I was investigating the fountain, I did not sense too much hatred towards me within its accumulated. However, I did find some resentment directed towards Kiara. I don't know what caused this to happen, but it seems like there won't be a
Oh! Didn't we read about that?
You've read about it. In that case, the resentment should have come from...
Huh? What are you doing here? I was just about to look for you at the...
Navia! Nice to see you again! Is there something we can help?
I've heard some things, but I'm not purposely asking around or anything. Rumors are abroad that someone's scheming against Melusines, so I told the Spina di Rosula to keep an eye out for leads. We've had unfamiliar faces showing themselves at the Fleuve Cendre lately.
Thank you. Where did you hear about all this?
The Chief Justice out on investigation, accompanied by the Traveler from afar. No matter how you conceal your whereabouts, There will be countless eyes watching you. You talked to Kiara, but didn't ask her to keep things secret. People curious to know asked around for information, then it was only a matter of time before.
So that's what Charlotte meant.
Indeed. I did not expect that this could be kept hidden for too long, but the rumors still...
You know, it could be because... Anyway, any progress with the...
The suspects who threatened Kiara might have to do with a certain smuggling case, but it is still uncertain. We are planning to return to the Palais Mermonia to revisit some details and identify the senders of that threatening letter.
Alright, then I'll round up the Spina di Rosula and follow up on their... Wait for my word. Ta-ta!
Neuvillette, do you think there'll be any problems now?
I have already considered that possibility, and I do not think that there will be any. As a matter of fact, once the word gets out, what is more important is how the case is perceived by the public. 400 years ago, they chose to side with the old regime and direct their resentment to... I hope the same won't happen again.
Donc ça s'est passé il y a 400 ans du coup.
Strange. What are these people doing out on the streets so late at night?
Sur du voir Neuvillette.
Something happened? Let's take a look around.
Have you heard? Someone's plotting against a Melazine. This is 100% the truth. Even the chief
What? That's it! Who's been threatening?
Our enemies are lurking in the shadows and won't easily reveal themselves. But no amount...
That's exactly what I wanted to say. The guards have already begun to take action. Think about how much we owe them. Now that they're in danger, how can we just sit back?
Everyone, please stay alert to your surroundings from now on. If you see any...
It feels like you've been following me this whole time.
Vélida. Elle s'appelle vraiment Vélida. Ok. Ok, on ne juge pas.
We were informed that.
Nope. We just finished our shifts and have
you had dinner yet? Why don't we check out the new items at the dessert?
This isn't a good time to be out and about.
Come on. Don't act tough. I bet you're hungry.
All right. Let's go.
You shouldn't ever skip meals. Especially if you have another...
I heard even Neuvillette's keeping an eye on the situation. This is the perfect chance to get promoted. We gotta make sure we give it all we've got.
Seriously? Were you planning to shirk your duties if Neuvillette wasn't involved?
Relax, I was just playing. We've worked together for years now.
That's more like it. We should stand guard until the criminal has been...
Come and fight me instead, you cowards!
Have you heard? Even the special patrol came to help.
Donc là c'est bon, y a plus de racisme, tout le monde les aime bien.
Looks like there's nothing to worry about.
This is truly wonderful.
So, wanna go over and say hi?
No, I should stay where I am. My appearance could give rise to Let us stick to our plan and return to the Palais Mermonia. The faster we uncover the truth.
Ok. Retournons au palais voilà, Mermonia. C'est parti. Ok, ouais, donc c'est vraiment ici. Relis tout.
The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Maréchaux. The list of involved suspects should be... Ah!
What does it say?
The principal offenders Domenico, Inica, Yuna, and others have been caught. They have been sent to the fortress of those with close connections or mutual interests with the offenders, but who did not participate in the case. Among them, surveillance of Essan has ceased on account of his good behavior. All...
So many names. Is the one who sent that threatening letter to Kiara?
Yes, there is something suspicious about Essan. It seems like he's closely related to the core members of the smuggling case, and he moves around without much...
Monsieur Neuvillette, someone claiming to be from the Spina di Rosula just... He said, and I quote, we have located... Huh? How did Navia find them so quickly? We've only just...
I too am perplexed. The cafe isn't too far from...
Quoi? Café, veuillez d'abord terminer cette quête. Un café et l'addition. Ah oui, c'est une quête quotidienne. D'accord, il y a une quête quotidienne qui bloque. Après les quêtes quotidiennes, je les ai pas fait aujourd'hui, comme on allait faire une quête de personnage, ça allait très vite être terminé. Et apparemment, dans la mise à jour qui arrive la semaine prochaine, il y aura qu'est-ce que je voulais dire, ouais, dans la mise à jour de la semaine prochaine, du coup, apparemment, on pourra acheter les quêtes de personnages avec des clés, et on sera pas obligé de les activer, ça fera comme les escapades, on pourra les acheter mais pas les activer tout de suite. Ça franchement ça peut être très cool en fait, pour éviter d'avoir un point encore là comme ça. Si on peut les acheter et ne pas les activer, ce serait très bien. C'est parti, continuons.
Whoa. Check out all these people! These are the people who have had recent dealings at the Maréchaux Phantom. They're usually hidden in the Fleuve Zandra, but...
Invite them over.
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here, and so I asked them if...
Yeah, it's our pleasure to be guests of the Spina di Rosula.
I've wanted to have a meetup like this for ages.
But... Oh well, let's get back to bed.
Yes, that's me.
You're Essa?
Yes, monsieur Neuvillette.
Monsieur, j'aime bien comment ils disent monsieur.
Did you write that
avec leur, il y a un accent mais pas trop.
I did, but I was just following
orders from whom?
Domenico. He was my boss. I couldn't disobey his orders.
Domenico.
Where is he now?
In the fortress of Meropide.
Well, I'm afraid even the speed looks like you'll have to make the trip yourselves.
You've done more than enough. I am extremely grateful.
Leave the formalities for later. You should find Domenico first. If he really is the one setting up the conspiracy, it'd be best if...
Alright then, let's head to the fortress, right?
Allez, dirigeons-nous vers la forteresse. Oh là. Non, on continue la quête. Hein. On va pas s'amuser à faire une autre quête de monde. Allez, allons-y.
Welcome to the Fortress of Meropide, dear esteemed guests.
We're back! Oh, and a greeting from none other than the Duke himself!
This isn't anything new. I figured you had important matters to discuss when the two of you... Let's assume we've gone through the pleasantries and... I do remember a thing or two about Domenico. He once attempted...
Who does this guy think he is?
He once attempted to, I said, meaning that it was over before it even started. To be honest, Domenico doesn't seem like much of a conspirator. The fact that the three of you bothered to personally investigate raises a flag.
He's got the same concerns we do.
I'm concerned about this incident because something similar has occurred in the past. I wish to meet...
That's an easy one. Let me think.
Oh, did I hear someone say Melazine? What happened? Sijuin!
Il y a tout le monde dans cette quête, dis donc.
Yeah, and we're investigating. The person really? Is Kiara gonna be okay?
There's no need to worry. Clarand is protecting her as we...
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still...
Ah, head nurse. Do you require...
Wriothesley.
Okay, I get it. I'll bring Domenico.
Think of it as more of a humble request. I'm here on my own accord, not to formally transfer a Thanks for the trouble.
Whoa! If Paimon were you here, Grace, Paimon would take this tip.
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter sentence. But I'm sure Monsieur Neuvillette... But enough jokes. I'll look for Domenico. Make yourselves at home. Our dear head nurse has mentioned you quite a few times, so I'm sure she has a lot to say.
Please come with me to the infirmary. Ah, and watch your step. There's some pretty dark areas, so make sure you don't trip over anything.
On va l'accompagner à l'infirmerie. C'est parti, allons-y. Hein.
Now that I think about it, I can leave this place soon. Huh?
C'est un peu loin l'infirmerie hein, du téléporteur.
Please rest here for a moment. Oh, and would anyone like anything to drink? Paimon's not that thirsty. Thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated, which means you have to drink up even... I'll bring you some tea. I'm sure you'll have a lot. Typical Sijuin. Concerned about everyone's health. Why aren't you two saying anything?
You noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chests.
Familiar? But if both of you say so, let's go ask them.
That's not a bad idea.
Enquête sur l'organisation mystérieuse. Allez, une nouvelle enquête. C'est parti.
Anything you need? Oh, this? Are you interested?
What's that?
We have a very long history, going back as far as... We have never had many members throughout our history, nor do we have much of a reputation, but everyone treats each other like helping each other is our purpose. At the same time, we seek to maintain...
Sounds like a pretty neat organization.
All we want is to defend ourselves. None of us have ever committed serious crimes, and we're not especially powerful either. We're at a natural disadvantage here in the fort, but people won't give us a hard time if we stick together.
Interested in joining the mutual? If you'd like to learn more, here's... Our slogan may have evolved over the centuries. Here, this book is for you.
You two look kind... It's the symbol of the Mutual Aid Network. From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace. I've never seen one of those medals. The first president of our network was an amazing person. Powerful as he was, he never used his strength against anyone. All of us have a lot of...
D'accord.
Gathered enough information. Let's head back and talk to Neuvillette.
Leur organisation, elle est pas si méchante que ça, du coup.
Did you manage to gather any in?
The people who wore the badges belong to an organized... According to them, the badge's design was inspired by...
I personally crafted 2 of them myself. Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire. The only one that remained.
Oh, so the network was in... Monsieur Neuvillette, His Grace has requested your presence in his...
All right.
Ok. Dans son bureau du coup.
Allow me to introduce this. Why don't you explain everything to him?
Neuvillette? What do you want?
Calm down. I merely want to ask you if you... Was it your idea to send that letter to... Hassan has already confessed, so there...
That idiot!
Let me ask this another way. It was your idea.
Yes.
Who is pulling your...
What? You're not trying to frame me for something I haven't done, are you?
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation. The Chief Justice of Font... I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the Fortress of Meripede has something...
I admit I acted on impulse.
I can do that.
You see? We're all reasonable people.
I only intended to do some small business at first. Someone contacted me about delivering some goods and promised me a generous sum of more, and after making a few trips, I was suddenly approached by the Maréchaussée Phantom. But I refused to accept any of that. The ignorant can be rightfully absolved from guilt, right? Well, I suspect that someone got me locked.
And then you decided to take revenge on the...
My initial target was Neuvillette. Everyone in the Fortress of Meripede was declared guilty by him, after all. So they must more or less hold a grudge against... But for some reason, no one wanted to team up with me. That mutual aid network in particular. In the end, I had to redirect my focus onto Melazines. I recall that Chiara was the one who confiscated my goods for inspection. So I asked one of the more approachable guards to send a letter, claiming that I meant to contact my family. But the letter was in fact addressed to Essa. I requested that he write a threat letter to Chiara and force it to resign from the Maréchaussée.
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are your own thoughts? Have you been in contact with any suspicion?
No.
Is it true that all members involved in the
Yes. That...
Sigewinne, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with him. So, Monsieur Neuvillette, you were concerned that there might be a shadowy fact.
Yes. I experienced a similar incident in the past.
And how long ago?
More than 400
Il y
years.
a 400
You
ans.
might be overthinking this. Time can change a lot of things.
What do you mean?
400 years ago, you and the Melazines you brought to Fontaine were the outliers. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the Melazines, people wouldn't just sit back and do nothing.
That's right! We
C'est
saw
vrai.
lots of people standing up for Melazine.
Monsieur Neuvillette, the Melazines are a species you introduced to Fontaine. When people refused to place their trust in Melazines, it was because they were still on the fence about you. They're unfamiliar. For almost 500 years, you've conducted every trial with impartiality. You made the right... People no longer have any reservations about you, and even consider you a... Right now, your every decision will impact all of Fontaine. In other words...
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces with Domenico.
I am undeserving of such high compliments. It isn't anything special or worthy of praise. I'm simply fulfilling the promises I've made and searching for answers. It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard. The complexity of human emotions and willpower...
There's no need to be so modest. You're no longer that outsider you were before. Even if you wish to investigate something on your own.
I must say that you've made a thank you for clearing my doubts.
Huh? You're leaving?
And so soon, too? Why?
Thank you for the offer, but I know while some are here to redeem themselves, the less time I spend here, the better. My presence could very...
In that case, I'll have to insist.
Please, go ahead.
The first is about the guard who helped Domenico send...
I know of what you... The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Memornia's staff. However, as I mentioned earlier, I visited today on personal business.
Well, that makes things a lot easier. Hey now, don't let your imagination run wild. Those from up there have a tendency to sympathize with others. However, down here, such thoughts will put you at high risk. I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to take precautions in the
I see no issues.
Great! That's one thing out of the way.
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity. Now, I've heard that...
Yep. Neuvillette thought their badges looked
I noticed the small gang as well when I first took over the fortress of Meripede. They were not great in number, but every member... I've looked into their founder, Vautrin, who once stood trial and was sent... According to existing documentation, Vautrin remained disciplined throughout his... In other words, how he presented himself in prison was very different from his...
What? During his trial, I could sense that his feelings were complicated. He appeared to be full of resentment.
Perhaps he had been putting on...
an act?
Neuvillette and Vautrin had a close relationship as superior and subordinate. Vautrin must have known, thus, the more resentment he displayed, the clearer it would be to those and to those who had been sitting on the fence. That's all from me. Does anyone else have anything to say? Now,
I don't have anything to say. Well then, let us head back.
Please, take care.
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation, but I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
But Brisley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things. I would like to hear your thoughts, too. What do you think of me?
Paimon agrees with everything Risley said. As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials makes an impact on Fontaine. Hey! And
What I really think is,
Oh,
every
il a
trial
parlé.
you've ever judged has left its impression on you. And that's what makes you who you are today.
That is indeed a reasonable assumption. As I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust your judgment. Since some time ago, these changes were not due to any specific occurrence, but I will try to contemplate this further.
Oh, cinématique.
it's raining! Oh no, Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
There go my travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning? Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
The Fortress of Meripede. It's a good place for me.
owes me so many answers.
Neuvillette? You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Who's been threatening Melazines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Good morning, Monsieur Neuvillette! The rainy season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
C'est vrai que c'est Neuvillette qui contrôle à peu près la météo. Quand il est triste, il pleut, et sinon... Franchement, son histoire, elle est assez touchante, Neuvillette, quand même.
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Risley said he'd keep a close eye on him, so the Melazines should be safe now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging you all into it.
There's no need to apologize.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved of our own...
by the way, we're...
At the Palais Mermonia, more than 50 people offered to protect her. Some even hid within the bushes to look out for danger. I was worried that the excess of protection would make her feel uneasy. So I asked her to stay inside the Palais.
Well, now it looks like the dust has finally to celebrate this joyous occasion. Monsieur Neuvillette.
Elle perd pas le nord, hein, Charlotte.
I will consider it.
Really?
Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but I should be available next month. Come up with questions during the intervening days.
Yes! Thank you so much, monsieur!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to the Palais and issue a communiqué to publicize our investigation. I hope it will assuage the concern.
Retourner au palais. C'est parti, on y retourne. Et en fait, le problème de Neuvillette, c'est qu'il est perdu. En fait, il aide tout le monde. Enfin, il juge tout le monde, tout ça, mais il sait même pas qui il est lui-même. Donc, c'est vrai que ça peut être un peu compliqué à gérer. Elle dort.
It's quite all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught the sender of that threatening letter.
Sorry,
You're safe
I
now.
accidentally fell asleep. Thank you, monsieur. And thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis Paimon. Everyone's been...
Do you remember Domenico? He...
Let me think. I can't remember. By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now. In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my hand and said, Kiara. I can't remember what our dreams were anymore. And I don't know why.
I can sense your joy. It is indeed a delight.
Monsieur Neuvillette. Oh, I almost forgot. I promised to model for Alov.
Of course. Off you go.
See you next time, Monsieur. Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
See you next time.
Terminé. Et bien donc, c'était marrant quand même comme... non, on va aller voir Catherine à Fontaine. On va pas aller voir, on va pas aller à Mondstadt. Non, toujours pas. Ok, et ben c'était très très cool. C'est cette quête. Franchement, Neuvillette c'est un personnage très réussi dans Genshin, je trouve. Et ils ont intérêt à faire aussi bien, voire mieux pour l'arc en moins. Parce que Neuvillette, quand même, je trouve que c'est le personnage le plus réussi pour l'instant de Genshin, hein, je trouve. C'est fou quand même. Et il est là que depuis une version. Hein. Enfin, une version. 2 versions du coup maintenant. Mais ouais, il est là depuis pas très longtemps et le lore autour de lui, il est juste incroyable. Bon, on va pas s'arrêter tout de suite. Il est 22h47, ouais, on va s'arrêter vers 23h à peu près. En attendant, on va finir cet événement qui n'est toujours pas terminé. Cet événement qui est un peu chiant, hein, c'est pas le meilleur event. Mais qui donne des primogènes. Donc on prend. Hop. Attends, j'ai pas regardé. Tour 1 c'est des mechas, après c'est des mechas, après c'est des brutolicolmus. Ok. Faisons une team avec Liné du coup en premier. Hop. Ici, on refait une team Liné. Ensuite on fera une team nomade. Pour changer un peu parce que les modules alors. On va mettre les deux. Voilà. Ah, on a trop de charge. Écoute, on met rien pour nomade, tant pis. Hein.
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds... I'm going in! Let's get this show on the road!
Another test subject. Suffocate!
Step right up.
Another test subject.
Gather! This is order.
Teamwork is trick as one with wind and cloud. Here comes the finale.
J'ai quoi donc dit qu'il y avait ça aussi à faire.
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds... Everybody stand!
Solidify! Order guide you.
Let's get this show on the road. Now disappear. One with nature. Fallen leaves. Adore teamwork is trick.
This is order. Stabilize.
Here comes the finale. Step. The wind knows me.
As one with wind and cloud.
Everybody stand!
Let's get this show on the road.
Ok.
Gather! I will have order.
Teamwork is
Clouds high. The bird. Here comes the finale.
J'aurais peut-être pas dû le faire maintenant, j'aurais dû attendre un peu.
Another test subject. That tingle? That tingle?
One with nature.
Everybody stand back!
Fallen leaves. Adorn.
Solidified.
Let's get this show on the road. The wind knows me. Clouds high. The bird.
I'm going in!
This is order. Gather.
A round of applause.
Solidified.
Into the wind.
Teamwork is
As one with wind and cloud. Now disappear. Here comes the finale.
Ok. Début du prochain tour.
Following me.
Here's the door!
Fallen leaves. Adorn.
Everybody stand!
Cry louder. Squall fury.
Ja. 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 Ha. 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 Ja. Ja. Ja.
Have fun with this game!
As one with wind and cloud.
Teamwork is dream!
Wretched vermin. Behold.
Ha. Ha. Ja. Ja. Ha. Ja. Ja. Ah.
Ah oui, j'ai un peu oublié de mettre Zongli. C'est pas grave. J'ai mis mon ancienne team en fait et c'est pas la bonne pour Nomad en fait. Maintenant que j'ai Zongli, c'est pas celle-là qu'il faut mettre.
Truth repeats it! Everybody stand back!
Clouds high. The birds cry louder. The wind rises.
Ears of the storm! I'm going in!
Fallen leaves. Adorn unsightly insects. You're dead.
Ja. Ha. 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 Ja. Ja. Ha. Ha.
Everybody stand!
As one with wind and cloud.
Truth repeats it!
Cry louder. Behold.
Ha. Ha.
Upon the gale.
Ok. Des érémites, eux là, puis des pilleurs. Oui, il propose Neuvillette. Ah, je veux jouer Neuvillette. Donc on va mettre Neuvillette. Neuvillette, je sais pas, mais on va mettre Raiden. fais des propositions, hein. Je sais pas du tout qui mettre en fait. Et Trident, Zangli pour du shield peut-être. Kazuha. Peut-être inverser Kazuha Zangli. Ensuite on va prendre la team nomade, cette fois on n'oublie pas de nous mettre Zangli. Mince. Ça va, ils ont gardé les trucs. On va refaire une team Neuvillette, écoute. Sauf qu'on va changer les persos, on va prendre Neuvillette. Toi, Zangli. Lui avec Zangli. Je sais pas qui prendre. Zangli. Kazuha et puis Cookie. Non. Bonus DGT hydro, oui. Bonus DGT électro, je suis d'accord. Ces deux-là. On n'a pas d'électro, donc on va mettre soin, puis ça. On n'a pas d'hydro non plus. On va mettre ça, on verra bien ce que ça donne. Hein. Je suis pas sûr non plus.
Silence! Be sanctified.
Illusion shattered. The wind knows you. As one with wind and cloud.
Mais il fait très mal Neuvillette, c'est génial. Je l'adore. Franchement, quand il ressemblera à Neuvillette, je le prendrai à coup sûr. Hein.
Shine down. Fallen leaves. Adorn.
Bow your head.
Aïe.
Be sanctified.
On n'a même pas besoin de réaction élémentaire avec lui. Hein. Il fait tellement de dégâts. On a juste à faire ça et c'est bon. Hein. Pas besoin de réaction élémentaire. Hein.
The tides beckon.
Ok.
I will have order.
Gears of the storm. Teamwork is
Wretched vermin! Squall and fury. Upon the gale. Search for it.
Truth repeats its. I'm going in.
Unsightly insects.
Gather! This is order.
Everybody stand the gears of the storm!
Wretched vermin! Upon the gale.
Mais il veut pas s'activer le truc.
Solidify.
I'm going in! Truth repeats its course!
Unsightly insects! Behold!
Everybody stand the gears of the storm!
Aïe.
Wretched vermin!
Ok. On retourne avec Neuvillette du coup, avec une toute nouvelle team.
Let the mighty be humble. Bow your head.
New punching bag.
Law of the jungle.
New.
Enfin, limite là, je peux jouer juste avec Neuvillette, hein. C'est très,
Settle down.
c'est très bien. Hein.
The tides beckon.
Following order. New punching
I'm getting sick of this.
An oversight on my part. Be
Une stop.
sanctified. Bow your head.
I'm getting sick of this.
Following orders.
I'm getting sick of this. I'm getting sick.
One with wind and cloud!
Let the mighty be humble. Silence.
That's close enough.
I'm getting sick.
Following orders.
I'm getting sick.
That's close enough.
Settle down. Be sanctified.
I'm getting sick of this. I'm getting sick of this game.
Following orders.
I'm getting sick of it. Well,
Silence.
I'm getting.
Ok. Tant que j'ai les primogènes, moi ça me va. Donc là on a des Brutocolinus, des Fatui et des Mecha. Ok. Oui, ça se lit. Ok, bah écoute, on va jouer E2 là. Avec qui on peut les jouer? Peut-être rajouter un hydro. On va rajouter Kokomi peut-être, et puis... Tiens, Jangling Kokomi. Je sais pas du tout si c'est bien, mais on va tenter. Du coup, c'est là, c'est les Brutocolinus. Après, c'est ça. Là, c'est les Fatui. Non, pas là. On va prendre la team nomade. Les derniers, c'est des mechas. Bon, on va prendre l'inné. Inné, Zongli, Kazuha et Bête. parti. Alors, je sais pas comment il se joue, hein, Rios. Lui là. En tout cas, il fait assez mal. Hein. Il est pas mauvais. Bon, je sais pas trop comment il joue, ça se fait, mais voilà, je fais que taper avec lui, j'appuie sur toutes les touches. Je sais pas trop quoi faire avec lui. Ok.
Search for it. Gather.
Teamwork is strength. Ears of the storm.
Wretched vermin. The wind rises.
Solidify. Order guide you.
Everybody stand back. Have fun with this gift.
Cry louder. Behold.
Testing my patience. This is order.
Dare to mess with me? Ears of the storm. Teamwork is strength.
Wretched vermin. Squall and fury.
Search for it. Stabilize. Order guide you.
Everybody stand. Have fun with this gift.
Cry louder. Behold. Upon the gale.
Ok.
Solidify.
Into the wind.
Falling news. A storm.
Teamwork is strength.
Mince.
A round of applause.
Another test.
Step right up.
One with nature. Let's light it up.
Have a little
Stabilize. Clouds high. The bird. Everybody stand. Let's get this show on the road.
Ouais, je suis bloqué avec le pilier là.
Another test subject. Now disappear. Another test subject. Gather. Teamwork is dreamwork. As one with wind and cloud. A round of applause. Another test subject. Suffocate. And voila. Suffocate. Oh. Another test subject. Stabilize. I'm going in. Fallen leaves. Adorn my... Here comes the finale.
Ok. J'ai un peu fait de la merde pour ça, mais on a eu toutes les primogèmes. C'est ce qui compte. Nous on veut les primogèmes et c'est tout. Je suis presque de niveau 50. J'en suis à combien? 29 960. Je suis bientôt à 30 000. 187. Plus 19. Non, ça nous fait 197. Ça nous fait 206. Ouais. Ça nous en fait 206 vœux. Bon, c'est sûr que je l'aurai. Furina, je l'ai à coup sûr. Hein, c'est certain, mais... Voilà, j'aurai Furina à coup sûr. Par contre, Furina, dans quel team je vais la jouer? Bonne question. J'avais pensé genre la jouer avec Kokomi. Mais il faut encore que j'aille farm ces trucs. Ils sont avec des persos que j'ai qui sont prêts, je sais pas trop en fait. Je sais pas trop avec qui la jouer. Parce que j'avais pensé faire une team Kokomi. Faire une team mono hydro, du coup, vu que Kokomi serait boost avec Furina, mais... Je sais pas trop. Bon, on verra dans le live demain, voilà, parce que demain à 13 h il y a le live de la 4.12. On verra bien ce qui sera dit et puis... Et puis voilà, à mon avis, nous en dirons un peu plus sur Furina. Et de toute façon, pour savoir quel team faire avec Furina, j'aurai un peu de temps, parce que le temps de la up, tout ça, de farm ses matériaux... voilà, ça nous laissera le temps à des guides de sortir pour savoir quel team je peux la jouer. La meilleure team serait avec Neuvillette, mais du coup comme j'ai pas Neuvillette, je sais pas trop avec qui la jouer en attendant l'arrivée de Neuvillette. Et voilà. En attendant le rerun de Neuvillette. Voilà, c'est ça. Voilà, donc bon, on va jamais arrêter là pour ce live. J'espère qu'il vous a plu, un live assez court par rapport à d'habitude, mais... Voilà. Donc on fera la quête de Ruyos quand, je sais pas, mais un jour on la fera. Mais je sais pas quand est-ce qu'on la fera, sa quête. Voilà. Surtout qu'il risque d'avoir une quête avec Furina qui devrait sortir aussi dans la prochaine mise à jour. Bon, on verra bien. Du coup, sinon, le prochain live qui est sûr, c'est samedi du coup, où on termine The Callisto Protocol. Voilà, c'est sûr, on le termine le samedi, The Callisto Protocol. Et puis voilà. Sinon, peut-être que je ferai un live demain, ça c'est pas sûr du tout. Bref, on verra bien. Donc voilà, merci d'avoir regardé le live et puis je vous dis à plus. Salut. Salut. Salut Océane. Merci de passer.